What if I say most celebrated Indian startups are tech-enabled startups? Well, first let's understand what a tech-enabled startup is. Imagine placing an order for an expensive gadget and it arrives to you in 10 minutes. That is essentially a service fulfilled with the help of technology. Now, we'll talk about what sparked this debate. Recently, a comparison chart shared on LinkedIn and X created a big stir. It put India and China side by side, showing the types of startups each country is building. On China's side, we see a range of companies focused on cutting edge technology, semiconductors, robotics, AI, deep tech, EVs, and even advanced manufacturing. China isn't just building companies, it's building industries that define the future. On India's side, the celebrated startups are mostly focused on convenience, quick commerce, food delivery, and even fantasy gaming, sports betting. These businesses that use technology but aren't creating new technology. They aren't making breakthroughs in science or engineering, they're simply using tech to offer services. Faster, easier, just like that expensive gadget you got delivered within few minutes. And that is where the debate gets interesting. Are we really a tech driven startup ecosystem, or are we just using technology to scale traditional businesses? We are not in 2017 anymore. For years, India has been glorifying the same set of startups, founders who were hailed as heroes back in 2015. Every time there's a new acquisition, a new marketing stunt, or flashy headline, we treat it like a breakthrough. But is it really? What if we set the bar higher? As we compete to be one of the top economies, shouldn't we focus truly on groundbreaking innovation? While other nations are making massive advances in AI, semiconductors, and manufacturing, we are celebrating 10-minute deliveries. The most alarming part, their advancements in AI applications have rapidly outpaced us by miles. This could have been India's opportunity, but did we miss it while celebrating convenience based startups? Of course, COVID 19 played a role. India, with its labor heavy economy, vast demographic differences, faced major setbacks. But did we also waste time glorifying the fall of edtech and the rise of delivery apps instead of focusing on real technological progress? Between 2022 and 2024, how many AI startups in India became unicorns? Not many, and that tells us something. Now, credit where it's due. India startups created a lot of jobs, improved services, and boosted the economy. But are we hyping them up too much? Are we ignoring the bigger picture? Maybe it's time to shift the conversation toward what truly revolutionary technology could come out of India's talent pool. Something needs to change. Maybe our definition of what a tech startup is, maybe our perspective on which problems are worth solving, or maybe the way we view problem solvers in our society. This argument does not take any credit from the companies and founders who've built some of the most valuable startups. They have done a phenomenal job and provided meaningful employment to thousands and lakhs. But the burning question is, what's next? This generation in India, as of 2025, is the youngest and the largest workforce in the world and will set out to solve challenging problems. How are we encouraging them? Who are they looking up to? We need to provide them with the essential tools, infrastructures, and enable possibilities for them. We need to address that advancing as a society will come with a lot of trials and a lot of freedom to fail, and it won't be easy. The liberty to shoot for the stars and say it's okay if it's not successful, but the attempt needs to happen. A shift in mindset that will allow bold risk takers and problem solvers to pick up hard problems and solve it on a scale with the help of technology. We have UPI, we have a robust banking infrastructure, we have massive labor, but the foot on the pedal should not be removed just yet. If anything, we need to go harder and become the powerhouse that we were supposed to be. Challenge advanced economies and truly say India has arrived. The period of 2025 till 2030 will depend a lot on what startups we celebrate. On one hand, there's massive challenge of employment, pollution, inefficiency, healthcare. But on the other hand, there is an even massive talent workforce, young population ready to do breakthrough work. So here's my final thought. Do we keep fueling convenience and entertainment? or do we encourage real innovation that can change the world? Hi, I'm Anish, and I'm here to talk about business, startups, and all things marketing.